like this has to be a 2-touchdown, maybe a 17-point deal. Trevor, if you have that, could you kick that to us? I honestly don't know what it would be. It would I somehow feel like it'd be a kitchen sink approach for LSU. But they didn't really do a whole bunch of trickery with Alabama. They played Bama straight up. They were great on third downs. They got what would LSU
Georgia
Georgia
and LSU.
yeah. Um so Hack, what's the attack plan there for Brian Kelly? Say they take care of their business, they go to Atlanta and they'll treat it, they'll approach it how?
Yeah. We talked about this though. Like Georgia is what Bama used to be, in the sense that when you're looking at this team, you got to have a lot of shit go right for you to just say, yo, we're going to line up and play these guys.
Right.
Like oftentimes there is some of that, like football god, ball bouncing the right way, catching a break here.
But
to your
need
point,
more than that.
You're going to need something. Yeah, it's Georgia's given 16.5. So, that's a big number. And I just haven't seen enough from this LSU team. It's a developing team. It's a developing culture. Is it a place that obviously can foster the type of success that you see in Tuscaloosa and you are seeing now, have seen in Tuscaloosa, and still do? I'm not knocking Bama. They're just not what they used to be or what they were in previous years. And watching it, like you said on this show, like you're like, damn, seeing a 2 next to their win column at this point in time in the year is crazy. And it is, because we haven't seen it. We've been spoiled and we take that for granted, right? But I just think Bama's much more gettable this year than they have been in past years for various reasons. But this Georgia team is just, they line them up and knock them down. Like I said, when the lights are bright, they're playing for a ring and hardware. Yeah. Stetson Bennett's going to come out there with a chip on his shoulder. Kirby's going to have that defense flying around. And it's just, LSU is going to have to just throw the kitchen sink at it. Here we go. We got to figure out ways to get our most explosive players in space, which is really hard to do because Tennessee couldn't even do that. So it's like, there's a lot that's going to go into it. And I think it's going to be a very high peak to scale for the Tigers.
I got to give him, we got to already kind of credit them. They already beat the best quarterback, certainly east of the Mississippi, in Bryce Young. And all the stuff that him and Coach O'Brien are going to throw at him, scheme at him. Those two have been in lockstep for the last 2 years, playing incredible football. And LSU is only the third team in 2 years to beat them. So, but Alabama's not really trying to come downhill at you. So what do? Reset themselves, thinking 7, try to cheat 8 toward the box and force Stetson Bennett to come get you. But then you got all these, like Warlock tight ends running up and down the field, and you got all these receivers. But I personally would still rather Stetson Bennett. Look, I know you've been doing your thing. I know you got yourself a nice little belt over there. Got you a ring too. You're still going to have, because I don't want to get body blowed to death.
You got to choose the lesser of two evils in that situation. I think it is Stetson, right? Like looking on the outside in, but then there's also me sitting there saying, like, every time we say that bullshit, that dude comes out and balls. He comes out and balls every time. He's the mailman for a reason. He just comes out and delivers. And that's like, you even saw it in the Tennessee game, right? And to your point, you brought this up on the show on Saturday night. He's using his legs more. He's getting feisty. He's a sneaky good athlete. So that's another element that this LSU team's going to have to account for.
Yeah.
And he's just playing with a lot of confidence right now. And I said that coming into the year. I expected him to be really good this year, and it had to do with him not having to do this every week.
Yeah.
Not having to go, yo, Kirby, you gonna bring it. He firmly set himself in there and just went like this all year. And he's played fantastic. And
you want to see that growth. That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
And that speaks to the truth with Monken and that staff. Look, last year we carried you. You can get out of the cart and pull us this year.
Yep.
Some.
Yeah, some.
16.5 point favorites.
Sheesh.
16.5 point favorites. The White Walkers. University of Georgia would be should they meet up with LSU in the SEC national champ. I mean, yeah, basically that's a slip. Late Kiffin's comments from the summer leaked in the SEC conference title game. Georgia would be 16.5-point favorites over LSU. All right. If you're rolling with us, keep rolling. We're going to touch on a few more things